Welcome back to XR Diecast Racing. The fans are going wild for the racing action today, and boy, it won't disappoint. There's not one but two major accidents on the track today, and some strange happenings in the spooky village, so don't go anywhere.
Hell to the yeah, man. First up is Hardcore Poetic Racing versus Puffs Racing.
It's Team Dotson again for Puff today as the Bluebird is back out of the pit. Talking to some of the racers today, tensions are certainly rising with the final round one scores today, deciding which two teams will go into the final.
Puff is certainly off to a good start. I think it was a great move, getting the Bluebird back out of the pit.
Some serious air from the Dotson, passing the newly installed Keith III grandstand. Here we go, approaching the finish line now, and that has got to be the fastest lap time we've had on this track. Unbelievable speed.
Hardcore Poetic have built some reliable vehicles for this tournament with clever designs, but they just needed a little more speed.
Puffs Racing have strengthened their hold on second place in the scoreboard. Let's go to lap 2.
Hardcore Poetic's Bison takes the left lane this time and Puff's Bluebird on the right. These Baja Bisons can go pretty fast, but they are slow to accelerate. Vehicles are handling the first corner so much better now. Puff's Bluebird is lightning fast and still has beautiful handling. Okay, a couple of bumps there, but it slipped into that turn like a glove. The Bison is nowhere to be seen as Puff scores another blinder, a mere 0.4 seconds slower than the first lap.
Love that Bluebird. Puff has built an 8-point lead over Hardcore Poetic after 2 lightning-fast laps. Let's see if Puff can deliver the same results in the obstacle race.
Ruby, has your boyfriend left you or something? You sound a bit glum.
Oh yeah, he left me because he got jealous of me hanging around with all the old gray men around the track. No, Joe. Mind your own.
Wow, Ruby. Shots fired.
Savage.
Puff kicks off the obstacle race in his white pickup on the left and Hardcore Poetic in the transit bus on the right. Let's see some action, boys. Puff is in the lead, approaching the chicane, and damn, Hardcore Poetic launched those hay bales across the track. Oh my God, that's a crash. Puff landed on the barrels and did a barrel roll himself. Can't wait to see that replay. Holy cow, man. Hardcore Poetic are approaching the finish. This will be a much-needed points boost for them.
It will indeed. Let's see where it all went wrong for Puff. I mean, he was flying around the track, dribbling a hay bale, minding his own business, and then bam! He didn't actually land on the barrels. Just an awkward landing altogether. This is our first crash on the jump, and what a mighty one it was at that.
Really impressive reaction from Hardcore Poetic and their transit bus. They didn't panic, just calmly swerved round the carnage and assumed first place.
Well, Puff still crossed 2 of 3 checkpoints despite the accident and therefore bagged 4 points. Hardcore Poetic bagged 8. Let's see if Puff can make the jump in the final lap. That is a magnificent vehicle from Hardcore Poetic. If there is ever an apocalypse, I am partnering up with them for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely got one of the best obstacle destroyers that we've seen. It just clears the way, y'all. Puff has cleared the jump this time and is now right on Hardcore Poetic's bumper. That spin out could just have cost him the race, though. Here we go. Final approach to the finish, and here comes Puff, and oh my God, he's reversing into Puff to sabotage the race. That was close. Is that allowed? What the hell?
Anything goes in the obstacle race, Tom. Don't go anywhere, spectators, as we've got Essex Boys and Raptors coming right up, and then we will reveal who is in the final.
Who? I want to know. Who broke Ruby? Her spark has gone.
I think she is upset that King Charles declined her lunch invite.
Anyway, apparently some daft spectator decided to go wandering into the spooky village and died outside the tattoo studio. Forensics and everything down there.
Seeing more. People go into the spooky village after someone died is like one of those annoying horror movies where victims walk towards the creepy sounds. Run away.
Essex Boys are back with their fast feeling in the rally race, an undefeated Ford F-150 in the obstacle race.
Things changed for Tyson Fury. Raptors will take on Essex Boys in their Ford GT40, weighing exactly the same as the Fast Felion at 52 grams. The Baja Bison is back for the obstacle race. Essex Boys on the left in the Fast Felion take on Raptors on the right in the green Ford GT40. I really can't call this one. Both have been pretty fast this tournament. Essex Boys are taking the lead, descending the mountain, and are absolutely flying around the chicane, with Raptors seemingly closing the gap now. Oops, I hope Raptors can recover from that 180 spin. They are reversing round the track now, but way behind Essex Boys.
That's a lap win for Essex Boys. These guys are smashing it this tournament.
They sure are, Joe. They are right on track for a place in the final at the moment. Especially as we know they have not lost a single obstacle race so far in this tournament. Let's see the final rally race lap first, though.
It's the final lap before the last obstacle race. Raptors on the left, Essex Boys on the right. Here's the first turn. I think this is going to be a close race if there are no mishaps. These are two cars with the same weight and a similar profile.
Tom, have you got your glasses on? Very different profiles of these cars.
I guess. Very clean race so far. Essex boys are hot on Raptors' trail, but not close enough. That's a win for Raptors.
That's the first time we've had a rally race where we haven't had the same team win both races, but Raptors did spin out on the first lap. Essex boys look set to lock in a place in the final and maybe come top of the opening round, but let's see how the obstacle race goes.
Essex boys start in the left lane in their Ford F-150 in the final rally race, and Raptors racing on the right in the Baja Bison. I gotta say, I will be amazed if the F-150 doesn't deliver another home run here. It doesn't do the best job at clearing the obstacles, but they do nothing at all to slow this absolute machine down. I mean, it's just effortlessly tears through the obstacle course, leaving the Bison halfway around the track.
Another win for the F-150. That Tom clearly is gonna be dreaming about tonight.
The smell of that 3-liter turbo diesel engine is making me flustered, to be honest. I think we're gonna have to do an all F-150s race event one day. Essex boys are now in second place, and Raptors are set to exit the tournament bottom of the group. But let's see where the final lap leaves us.
Raptors take the left in the Bison, Essex boys on the right in the F-150, going past the ski resort now, and down the slump towards the first set of obstacles, Raptors are currently leading. Essex boys overtake, stealing first place, and oh man, Raptors flipped up over that hay bale, and that's a crash. Essex boys are cruising towards the victory line now, but still giving it everything they have to deliver.
Let's see that replay. I honestly thought the Bisons would perform a lot better on this track. But yeah, what a flip though. I did not see that coming.
Well, you did this time. Here it comes, Joe.
Bosh, glad to see you're back on the espressos, Ruby.
Oh, I know Bosch, the British guy who likes a cheeky Chinese takeaway. Legend. Here is the final scoreboard, spectators. Raptors exit the tournament at the bottom of the leaderboard, but with their heads held high after multiple race and lap wins over the last few weeks. Thanks for racing, guys.
Hardcore Poetic Racing are just 6 points behind Puffs Racing and will also unfortunately exit the tournament today. Inspirational vehicles, guys. Fantastic design. Excellent obstacle smashers and reliable vehicles landing multiple race wins. Thanks for taking part.
That means Puffs Racing will take on Essex Boys Racing in the Tournament of the Undead Final. Well done, teams, and well done, Essex Boys, for topping the scoreboard in round 1. Existing scores are not brought forward into the final, remember, so it's any man's trophy.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and as always, please interact with us in the comments.